with an agent that had been in the business for about 26 years. She was a horse property expert. And so I'm going through this whole thing, and I'm talking about different blog platforms. And I tell her, I said, an easy one is to really get up and running on is Blogger. So she takes this information at the end. She called me a couple times with some questions on just the outline and everything. But she had a blog up by the end of the day. And she was touting all about the expertise that she had on horse properties. And I swear to God, 2.5 weeks later, she has risen in specific Morgan Hill horse properties. In Google, she's number 3 on the Google search for someone researching horse properties in Morgan Hill. She gets a call from the wife of an executive at Microsoft. She does a $7.5 million transaction, all cash, that closes in 30 days. Like that. And I see the transaction check, so I know that it was a real deal. And I was like, that tells you the power of blogging. The other great thing is blogs allow many to tell a story. I have a multi-user blog that I have integrated on our blog platform at blog.roost.com. I have 2 mommy bloggers that write for me. I have one, Kim Tracy Prince. She's just incredible. She's a real blogger. That's what she does for a living. But she has come over. She got married in her late 30s. Her husband already had bought the house that they live in. She has never bought or sold a house in her life, and she's going through it for the first time. And she is writing a diary of everything that she goes through. And you don't think that first-time homebuyers just gravitate to that? I mean, we get so many comments on that content, and you can utilize that. I also have 25 bloggers around the country that give me local content. They give me local pictures, they give me local video, and I integrate that into our blog. And the last thing I want to say about blogging is you don't have to blog if you don't want to. Some people are just not good at it. But another thing to look at is maybe video blogging. And people get kind of intimidated by videos, but video is a great way to get your personality across. And you talk about going into a listing presentation and having someone know you. If you're doing video, I can guarantee that is going to be one of the easiest listing presentations that you go into because they already know your personality. They already know what you're all about. So again, this is our Roost blog. Very simple, very clean. We keep the branding of our blog consistent with our website. And then we have links that go back to our website. So I try to drive traffic to the blog through the content, and then I try to get them from the blog back to the website. You can do that same thing with the brokerage website also. Finally, YouTube. I am a huge video guy. I've been doing video for about 1.5 years now. And the great thing about it, there's not a lot of cost. I mean, these guys have, pretty high-level cameras in here. I've got a flip camera. Did I just kill it? I'm sorry. All better? I got a flip cam here. I paid about $220 for this. It already comes with the software on it. Plug it into your computer through a USB drive, and away you go. I don't even really edit my videos that much. And so what I started doing, I'll take this, I started doing this, what I call the In the Nest video series, where I interview different people that I look up to within the industry that are embracing social media. And then I just videotape them and talk about what they do and why they do it. And this has been so extremely successful, not only for us, but also for the person that's actually being interviewed. And so what they're doing is this starts to go viral itself as they start to take this content because they can download it right off of YouTube and they start to put it on their blog or their website. And so now our brand starts to proliferate all of these different other channels. And as you see, you can customize this. So your YouTube channel, this happens to be Roost.com on the YouTube platform. That is our channel. I couldn't get Roost because it was already taken. But Roost.com now has our same colors. It has links back to Roost.com. So now I'm utilizing this to drive traffic also. And again, videos allow you to be behind the camera and bring your community into it. Prime example, agent out of Tempe, Arizona, Deem Ouellette. He goes around and he videotapes different stores and shops within his local community. This happens to be Denise from the Milk and More store. And she's talking about cheese. But getting back to that viral aspect of Facebook. So now Denise, he told me this story. This is a great story. She gets interviewed. He puts it up on the Tempe, Arizona fan page. Now that she gets tagged in the video, it goes up on her stream, on her wall, on her Facebook profile, and now all her friends see this. They want to see what Denise has to say about cheese, and so they come in, and now they've been exposed to Dean via Denise. So you start thinking about these tentacles going out, it starts to become mind-blowing on the reach that you can actually have. So how do we get to people to these platforms? Well, obviously we're here with Quantum, and so there's great ways that you can start to do that. I've talked about, I was blown away, I was at NAR, and this woman got up, and they were talking about what were some imaginative ways that they were approaching their sphere or their community and getting people embedded into their online programs. And she said she goes around and door knocks, meets them, asks them if they have a Facebook page, asks if they can friend them. And I'm like, that's genius. So these are other great ways, and I know Quantum is really taking an aggressive approach to this. Now they are integrating your Facebook fan page, your Twitter profile, your blog, and now you have a channel where you can direct mail to people within your sphere. Maybe they want to just go check you out, see what kind of information you have. So if you have a very compelling fan page or blog on the back end, now you have a channel where you can push people to that. So it's not just, hey, I've got a new listing, away it goes into the garbage. Now they have something to go, hey, I'm on Facebook, maybe I'll check this out. Other things to think about. I'm almost done here. When I was still on the brokerage side, and we were talking about syndication, when syndication first came on, Intero Real Estate was one of the first brokers that was on Trulia, on Zillow, on all of these different syndication platforms. And so I did a presentation about 4 or 5 years ago. And what I was doing was make the correlation between the music industry and Tower Records. When the iPod came out, the president and CEO of Tower Records said, there's no way that digital music is going to have an impact on our business. Because he thought that people were still going to want to feel and touch that CD or that record or that, whatever. And lo and behold, a few short years later, they were out of business. Well, I've got a new comparison in the way that I think about social media, and I hope that most agents are thinking about social media. We used to have the platforms, the big ads, that were really kind of a one-way message. You had a megaphone and you were telling everybody what you did, and you hoped that they heard you and would come back to you. What I feel about social media is it's more about listening. You have a real opportunity here to get involved in these communities and listen to what the community is saying and then being able to respond to that. So it's not a one-way message, it starts to become a two-way message where you can actually communicate. And so hopefully that gives you an understanding of what social media can do and how it can impact your business. The final thing that I'll leave you with is spam. For all those people that love spam, I apologize. I'm not talking about the spam up here. I'm talking about spamming. And that really goes back to this one-way message where you're just pumping out information and you hope that people hear it. You really need to get active in these communities. So my final slide is, is the door opening or is it closing? And I really believe social media is not going away. And there's a lot of people that are putting their head in the sand. And if they believe that it's not going to impact our business over the next 2, 3, 10 years, they're really mistaken. And so I really think there's an opportunity, if you do open the door, that you can embrace this and really proliferate with your business. Thank you.